Hi guys, so this is going to be a review of Bullet Train. You've probably heard of the damn film because this film has been pushed so much. When I go to the cinema, that is the trailer they see, and I've just never seen a film pushed so much in my life. But it's like one of those like unique kind of comedy things. So, and the whole premise of this is set in Japan, and it follows this kind of assassin that took a break but now's come back, and he assumes that this is going to be like an easy job, which ends up turning not to be an easy job. So the film is full of a bunch of like characters with their kind of backstories, and they kind of all link together with this suitcase. So overall, it's quite a goofy film. Um, it's one of those films where it's quite violent, but it's kind of in a goofy kind of way. Well, not in a goofy way. How do I explain it? It's in a way where it's a 15 and not an 18, if that makes any sense. It is quite gory, but I think anyway with the ratings and everything, way after watching Doctor Strange, I just feel that they've kind of brought down. They're less strict anyway when it comes to like ratings and films and stuff. But anyway, so like the goofy is like the wrong word for the fight scenes, but it's kind of it's violent, like it's gory, but it's not like too violent. If it makes any sense, like it's like, for example, like a gun up to someone's chin and half their face comes off. It's kind of that sort of, well, not half this face comes off, but like a shot of blood, like that kind of gore than like violent, if that makes any sense. Like it's like obviously you see people, I'm going off a tangent, obviously you see people like punching people, but a lot of them are kind of like one hit kills, if that makes any sense, with a lot of like blood splatter. Anyway, you don't really care about this now or care about that anyway. The comedies alright, like there's parts of it that are really funny, and other parts you kind of the normal kind of like giggle smile with some like laugh out moments, if that makes any sense. um there are two characters in there which I really find hilarious. It's one of those kind of like duo kind of comedy sort of things, like in real life you have The Rock and what's his name again? What is his name again? I can't. You know who I'm talking about. You all know who I'm talking about. But it has that kind of comedy um what do you call it? That kind of comedy kind of duo between them two. Um but overall it's because it's set in like Japan. I don't want to give too much away, but it still has like the law, like Japan believe in sort of stuff like karma and what's the other thing again, and fate and that sort of thing. So that's kind of matched into kind of the main character, and which, well, I say main character because all the characters are kind of main characters. There are like like I'd say like one or two that aren't really like main characters, but it feels like everyone has a decent amount, if that makes any sense. But we'll just say Brad Pitt's the main character, that sort of thing about fate and stuff rolls around him. um but yeah, overall I wouldn't necessarily say run and go see it at the cinema. If you've not seen it yet, I would wait until you can rent it or get it on DVD. Like, I'm not saying it's like bad. It's quite unique, visually, and as I said before, I liked how they kind of added like the Japanese sort of um not lure to it, but kind of, their sort of kind of like traditions and beliefs and stuff like that. But overall, apart, like if you take that all out, it's kind of your average kind of comedy, kind of action film. If I was to rate it out of 10, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. As I said, it's not too bad, but I mean, if you can get it, like, if you can watch it at a discount price for whatever reason, if you're a student, basically, if you can watch it less than £10, then, go ahead. But I know they were plugging this film quite a lot, because the cinema and me, they were only showing the decent times. They were only showing them in the in like IMAX and the director's hall, which is more money, which was kind of annoying as well. Hence why I've only just sort of got around to see it now, um, with a time that was suitable for me, and I didn't have to pay more than £10. But overall, it's an alright film. Like, it's not a bad film. It's just like kind of like an average kind of film, which you can wait to see it for it to be like released on rent, than to necessarily go and run out and watch it at the cinema. So that's it for this review. So bye guys.